on
They,
Nicole.
they are not unidirectional mics, so there's only one spot. So if you have it turned away, I just, unfortunately, my bad. I was assuming it was just the mask.
Yeah, raspberries are awesome. I love that they put their arms up in the water column and can grab stuff that swims by, you know, like shrimp. Like being the fastest of the sea stars on the sea on one plane was not enough. They're going three-dimensional.
Seen quite a few of those mushroom coral on this dive. What is that in front of you, Dan, right under the lasers? Is that just a carbonate that's coated in manganese?
The black thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Want to zoom in there real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Very strange.
It's the gain button. Sorry, stand by. It's gonna.
All right. Well.
Moving on.
People were writing in
Zoom
about
out.
hagfish earlier. Here's your moment. Check them out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Has anyone here ever eaten a hagfish?
No, have you?
Not
No,
that
I'm
I
just
know of.
curious, like, how are they prepared?
I imagine the texture is similar to when we were diving on the microbial mats last week.
What a goosefish.
That
No,
thing
it's
is
a rock, rockfish.
cool.
Look
It's
at
a real
you.
nice rockfish. Look at that.
It looks like that alien or a dinosaur from Jurassic Park that sprays that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Want to get a bit of a zoom there if you want, Tammy?
Sure.
Oh, that's so cool. Hi.
That fish is much prettier than that dinosaur. That dinosaur is the stuff of nightmares.
Well, that dinosaur was cute until he wasn't.
Moving on.
I'm not done looking at the fish.
Oh, it's all snail back there. Crabbing them.
Our scientists ashore have been helping us make IDs all along, following along. Thanks for being there.
Up 5, Mike. We're going uphill pretty good.
Amanda Demopoulos would like to know us to know push cores are her favorite sample.
Yeah,
No surprise there. I think on one of her cruises, she earned the title Mud Queen.
Have we successfully gotten any of those push cores yet?
We have not.
I did just see a sea
Not from
cucumber
lack of
buried.
trying.
I saw its mouth part sticking out. I don't know how big it would have been, but maybe. I wonder if it's deep enough around here.
Oh, watch out for that rock.
It looks like we're climbing out of that valley a bit now.
Yeah, we're coming up pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be going uphill until you reach the waypoint.
Yeah, I think Mike's got the cool graphs in front of him for our history there on Grafana display. For some reason, I do not.
You don't want it.
No. Too much information.
Like, I'm really happy to be able to have that data available for you watching along online. If you want to check that out on the homepage, there's live data on the right that'll tell you a little bit about the depth of Hercules and Argus, water temperature, the ship heading, some of our observations. And if you click more data, you will be able to open up a new tab. That's our Grafana database with some more information about the sensors here on the ship and on the vehicles. Brand new feature.
That's pretty cool. So Grafana's online now to the public? Awesome.
Some fans are really excited about it. Also some shipmates listening in. Laura Truthui, who is just aboard doing some on-board reporting, onboard investigation for some writing, is writing in. Great to have you with us.
Contact.
That is indeed a structure.
It's a rock, all right.
I'll mark that down.
One demerit.
Confirm. That was deliberate.
There's a can or something.
Oh yeah, I see it. Can of beans.
So Jeff, while you were out of the van, we were discussing the potential age of these carbonate features. What length timescale do you think they formed over, and how old would you guess they are?
I think the carbonate ridges are on the tens to hundreds of thousands of years.
Tens to 100,000?
Yeah. Think of the carbonate production rate, the size of the ridge. It's not a speedy process. When you see the height that we went up this morning, the rubble pile, the dark stained carbonate, this is a long-lasting feature.
What is the dark staining from?
Yeah, what is the dark staining?
We were seeing this morning some that actually looked like it had a manganese coating.
Wow.
But you know, we didn't get super close to it to know that. So that would indicate, yeah, very very,
Very
old rocks.
You zoom in just a touch, video to, yeah, the stuff at the bottom of the screen there was.
Nice bamboo coral, mushroom coral.
Yeah, good. I need to get on with it here. I guess it's getting ahead.
Roger.
So many cool things to look at.
Wow, yeah. Is that a
wow.
heterocone sponge? If I remember from last year.
Yeah.
We need Abby Powell on the line. She's the sponge expert.
Help us, Abby. All right, remember the scaling lasers are 10 centimeters
Ooh,
apart?
Oh, no,
octopus.
octopus.
Awesome.
Zoomy zoom a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep the sponge in. Maybe I can frame it up for a DSC if I can't see where I am. Good time to hand it over to Michael.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Want me to
Thanks,
zoom out?
Dan.
Here's a target at 80 meters.
Thanks, Dignity. Yeah. I'll finish dinner. We deliver you this.
Yes, vessel's still in motion.
Okay, hello folks.
Hello. Mike, would you like me to come full wide? Dan had me kind of zoom in a little bit.
Just go full wide for a second.
Yep.
See what it is. You can push in past that stuff where you had it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure you knew.
Yeah. Thanks. Just gonna go a little quickly for a second here until I get back out in front and slow down again. Line. Zoom in on that one there, Tammy.
Sure. The sponge.
Sponge. Okay, I'm wide again. I still gotta get out front here.
Mike, would you like to turn off the porch lights?
Yeah, you can turn that off. Thank you. There we go. So around where we are now, Randy?
Yes.
This is a great position for when we're driving ahead like this. It's like, I can slow down and sniff at stuff.
Yeah.
Very rocky here, lots of boulders and pebbles.
Come up a little, Randy. Watch your delta,
Yeah.
right? It's pretty low.
Coming up the flank of this next ridge.
Roger. Oh, remember, right? You want this closer to 20?
Yeah, roger.
Can we zoom in on these clams a little bit, just to see if they're alive or not?
Sure thing. Go ahead, Tammy.
You want us to come to all stop, or you?
We're okay for now.
Okay.
Is that full zoom? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Some for sure shells and some I think are alive, but it's hard to see the siphon.
Yeah, and it's not like a patch of live ones.
Right.
They're almost scattered through the shells.
We're still trying to find a good place for a pushco, but this is not a good place for a pushco with all the carbonate around, but it's probably getting difficult to find something that is more sedimented. So the idea would be like an area where we have actually some clams, but I don't see how that should work here with a core, so yeah. It's okay, we can zoom out, thank you.
Okay.
But if you find something like this with a bit more sediment, then we give it a try.
Roger.
We'll be hauling in.
Yeah. Yeah, come up a little bit.
5 meters.
Oh, so many.
There's an obstacle at 50 meters approaching.
Yeah. Yep, just keep an eye on it.
Roger.
Just tilt your camera up a little bit, Randy.
Roger. Disappeared.
Yeah, so it's just a rock, right? And as we come closer to it, it just goes under it, the beam. We'll come up again. Keep watching your delta, right?
Roger.
Want to be between 15 and 20.
Roger.
Is that another line?
Yeah.
We're about 77 meters off of our waypoint 6 at
Okay.
the top of this ridge.
Roger. Randy, can you turn the gain down a bit on the Sea King sonar?
Roger. Putting it at 15. Oh, that was a mistake. Pulling up on the winch.
Roger. yellow one coral. Zoom in there, Tammy.
Sure.
Do you know what type that is? I don't know.
I don't know what type it is.
I also don't.
It's coral though.
Yeah.
Yellow coral.
I don't know my coral very well.
I don't know my soft corals.
Permission to check gauges, Mike?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Come wide there, Tammy, please.
Holding up?
Yep.
Large school of fish.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those fish. One of the reasons that we were interested in exploring a carbonate site was the potential for fish habitat. Sort of a side reason for looking here.
Oh, there's a lot of marine debris.
Yeah, is that a net of some sort, a tow net?
Scope this out a little bit. Don't see anything coming off of it.
No, I don't see any lines.
A tow net or a crab pot? That looks like a net. Got a frame on it.
Habitat.
Right.
Yeah, the fish are using it as a home now.
Looks like one is stuck, actually.
Yep.
Ooh.
So we're almost exactly at waypoint 6, which is a high point, and seems to be where the fish like to hang out.
In terms of the carbonate ridge, this is a small area, but seems to be having a a large proportion of the fish that we've seen would be in the last 10 minutes.
Right, we were seeing them much more scattered or sparsely before, and here they all are. So Jeff, I see you've zoomed out. What's the distance to waypoint 7?
Yeah. I'm just going to check from here. Get a little more. Waypoint 7 was an ambitious goal, 1.3 kilometers from our current position. I think waypoint 7 was just a direction to head towards till the end of our dive. If we want to make a ship change to start heading towards that and go up the spine of the ridge, I can do that.
Yeah, do you guys feel I kind of came in halfway through the exploration of this high point here at waypoint 6? Do you feel like you've looked around enough?
Yeah. Yeah, we've done some sniffing around here.
Yeah.
I think if we keep going on this trajectory, we're going to get to a steep spot and start going off the ridge. So I think we should make a move to the southeast.
Yep.
And let's call it a bearing.
Works for me.
I'm going to go 144. Are you fine with the vessel change to 144?
Yep, I'm happy with that. Yep. All right, Randy, you got it?
Bridge nav.
144.
144.
We change bearing to 144 and stay at current speed. Thank you. Vessel change has been put into the system.
Roger. One very tired sea star.
Yeah. He's not going anywhere.
No, want to zoom in on it, Tammy?
Sure.
It's had a hard night.
Incredible all the other things you notice when you zoom in like this. There are just so many things living here.
All the ophiurites around it.
Yeah, the crinoids.
Crinoids, yeah.
Those are a little sponge on the rock too, maybe.
Yeah, little cup coral. Awesome.
Ah, yeah. A little serpulid tube-worm.
Sablefish is like, this story is about sablefish. Zoom back out.
Okay, full wide, Tammy.
Don't let the sablefish win.
This is so cool. I'm sure I missed the initial freak out, but this is really, really cool.
I feel like these fish really like to pick on the sea stars. If you ever see them scattering, all of a sudden there's like a sea star just kind of floating down, back down.
The rockfish seem unfazed by them, though. They just hang out.
Yeah.
There's about 31 million pounds of groundfish, trawl fishery groundfish, which is primarily sablefish and rockfish caught in Oregon every year. One of the largest fishery percentages.
I know I've consumed a few of those pounds.
And Oregon has had Marine Stewardship Council certification on their groundfish fisheries since 2014 for some of those boats.
Marine reserves, protected areas.
Mike, could I pay out 2 meters? It's like about 22.
What's that?
Can I pay out the winch 2 meters around? It was
Yeah, exactly. Yep, pay out a few.
Yeah, I think Leila made this point earlier, but super cool to see these sablefish here, just to connect to this environment. Obviously this is an environment, a seafloor region that commercially important fish, yeah, look at that, are using, swimming in between the light bar, causing those shadows. So when you think about like why are methane seeps important, even if we don't have that full dotted line to connect what it is about this environment in particular, maybe it is, the abundance of food here. Maybe there's a particular prey group that they come here to find, or, use the rugosity of the habitat in some part of their life history. We can connect that methane seeps and this commercial fishery are obviously linked. Amazing. Jeff, are we over is there anything kind of unique or different about this spot along the ridge that we're at? Is this like a little knoll that they're congregated around, or?
We are just coming off and on the back end, or the southern end of the highest spot on the ridge of this section. So we reached the apex and we started seeing the higher, the schools of fish when we reached the top.
Want to zoom in there, Tammy? I'm all stuck in the mud here.
Is that some kind of egg casing?
Yeah, those are skate
Yeah.
egg cases.
That's really neat.
That's super cool. Oh, that's awesome.
So we haven't seen any of those.
No. Also haven't seen any of this sponge.
Okay.
I love this. I also love this for all our viewers that are usually like, where are the fish? You're like, they're here. They're at Carbonate Ridge, where they're waiting. So sablefish are also called black cod, and they are a species that is raised in aquaculture facilities in Canada. But Oregon has the largest groundfish fishery on the West Coast. So a really important part of the economy and culture of coastal communities here.
Wow, this is awesome to see that school. Have we been staying sort of like a consistent altitude over the ground or anything like that?
You know, I haven't been tracking the altitude very closely, but Mike might be able to comment on that.
Yeah, we've been pretty consistent between about 1.5 or 1.3 and 2 meters.
Cool. Might be good for whoever reviews this later on, if people review it for species.
Yeah, it's a little
counting.
rocky, so there's a little up and down, but.
Okay, here's a crazy fun fact I just found on the internet. Sablefish can grow to be 90 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They all seem about the same size here. Do they get much larger than this?
The females can grow to be 3 feet long.
Wow.
So it can get bigger. They do migrate to spawn. It sounds like in this area they spawn between January and March in some of the deeper waters off the continental shelf. So, you know, don't know this, can't confirm this with this type of observation, but maybe this is an age class group, you know, back inshore or something like that to get some of that consistency in size.
Was that? Are we moving currently? Like ship move?
We are moving currently,
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
we're headed towards the next waypoint.
What those are sticking out, Paragorgia, little ones, or maybe those are even some of those like Neptunia egg cases.
Oh, we could probably do another zoom if you'd like, yeah.
Yeah, we can get on this one under the lasers if you like.
That looks like a Paragorgia, but the thing like that just went out of the bottom of the frame.
Yeah.
That on the right there, that might be one of those stacks of
the
eggs.
gastropod eggs. One of the sites that we looked at a couple of years ago had a whole bunch of those. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, that famous picture, I feel like circulates.
Go ahead and zoom there, Tammy, for what it's worth.
Looks like a little undersea castle when they're all
Yeah, that's one of them. So that's the Neptunia. The gastropod is sitting on top of a stack of eggs. So that's pretty cool.
All right, full wide.
Thanks.
No problem. Not the best shot. Randy, can I get that bubble camera back over the edge of the porch there?
Roger.
Gosh, there are just hundreds of them. Everywhere we go, I want to see still cam pictures.
So awesome. It's just so unusual for what our dives often look like. Just like to be in a whole cloud of fish.
I did read that that sablefish are very sensitive to light, and if you increase the intensity of lights, you'll get them to, swim frantic and all that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some of my research is mostly in that deep sea light.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of them definitely look disoriented. They like swim into the seafloor and stuff.
Yeah.
Herc is pretty intense down there. It's just like a screaming ball of light.
And the hydraulics are loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy, tell us more about your research.
Yeah, so working with Brandon Phillips at URI, University of Rhode Island. And what we do is we're interested in how these large vehicles like ROV Hercules and other large science-oriented remote operated vehicles sort of disturb or affect our observations towards marine fauna, especially in the deep water. So what we believe is that because of ROV Hercules, with all these tools, all these hydraulics, copious amounts of light, we believe that they actually avoid. And that's what sort of causes a bias in like how much do we know about the deep ocean. It's because all these fauna is just avoiding us, trying to escape us. So that's what we're more interested in.
Are you working on the development of different tools and sensors?
Yeah, we're aiming for something more smaller, more silent, and also very interested in a low light application. So more sensitive cameras, much more, we use much more lower light to see that we can avoid that bias in observation.
Interesting question from our viewers. Does the light from the ROV attract plankton? When we're diving in shallower water, we've definitely seen some of that. Some of the shrimp, kind of mysids attracted to the light.
And squid.
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 Definitely. Diving here at 470 meters, so we're definitely outside the photic zone for a lot of those plankton, but we're up a little higher. Might see a stronger impact there.
Yes, we're operating at a depth where light is very uncommon.
That's BYO flashlight. We brought a big one.
This is amazing, the number of fish. It's,
yeah, wow.
It really is.
It just kind of keeps going and going. Yeah, I don't recall being on a dive like this before. This
Come down a few meters,
cool.
Randy.
Roger.
Are we able to get any closer to the seafloor? Or is
Yeah, we're just coming down off the
right.
side of a ridge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming off of the high spot, and now going to be
Should flatten out for a while.
Relatively flat down the spine of the this ridge top.
All right, we're testing our sablefish knowledge here. Someone wants to know.
See, Randy, you see how close everything is? It's okay, we're going away from it, but you see that hill that we just went down?
Yeah.
See that behind is right on the 20-meter mark. We're just inside here.
Yeah.
So it's okay, because we understand, like, we're leaving that.
Yeah.
Going
downward
to a similar plane, but yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know, are there many predators in this zone because of so many sablefish? Good question. Anybody know?
Well, we haven't seen any, but we could be scaring them away.
Could be. Yeah, I think sablefish are opportunistic browsers, so they'll eat cephalopods, squids, octopus, they'll eat crabs, probably other things as well, smaller fish. I don't know what eats sablefish though.
Humans.
Humans.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe that's on our Nautilus viewers could help us out with. If you know what eats sablefish other than humans, let us know. I think it's amazing to watch them in the school, and when one starts, you see a bunch of them start, you know, and it's a great visual for them reacting to the pressure cells on the sides of their bodies, actually detect the water movement from the movement of the other fish in the school.
So they don't know why, but they know they need to move.
Mm-hmm. Those just like individual rocks that have that staining, that dark coating is really interesting.
What's that to the left? Bottle.
Oh yeah.
Glass bottle.
Caught my eye too. I was like, green? What's green?
I know.
What's this floating?
Yeah, what's that off to the right on that one? They're little peachy colored things. Are those rocks?
Yeah, they're kind of funny though, aren't they?
Yeah.
As you turn, you see they're like following along. With
and the fish are going to dust us out.
Okay, zoom in there, Tammy, please.
All right, ping out 2 meters.
Okay. So some sort of chemical staining on all of these rocks. You can see there's some orange and the black.
And the fish.
Fish are ruining everything.
Taking over.
All right. Full wide.
Amazing. Full of mushroom corals. Awesome. We have seen a couple octopus so far. We're wondering, we'll get to see some of them. So already in this dive, I don't know, I've been in the room well, at least 2 gone by.
Yep.
We don't plan to return to the octopus garden site this year. That's certainly a favorite octopus moment. I encourage you to check that out on the gallery of videos on the site.
We've definitely moved off from the rocky carbonate slabs into this more sedimented area with just, small rocks, very interspersed.
It's to the, looks a lot more coreable.
Yeah, at some point we could pause the ship and see how much sediment there is and get some background cores.
Sure.
Still looks like it's a pretty thin veneer of sediment.
Randy, can you have another go at that? That's still